Hey, it's Caleb Jacob, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hey guys, it's Gracie from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Caleb Jacob. How are you?
I'm good, I'm great. Having a good day. Did a little workout right before this, and
That's good.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
for doing this. It's so
yeah,
nice
of
to get to
course.
talk to you.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy to be here. Really happy to be here.
All right, starting with the questions, what made you want to get into music?
Since I was like 13 years old, I was just like rapping in like friends' basements, and they would just like gas me and be like, "Yo, you're crazy." So I was like, it was definitely like, I think it started with just thinking I was like a really cool artist, but like friends are just friends. They always like gas you up, and
Yeah.
then in the yeah, and like over time, I just like I found this like free community center studio in my like neighborhood, and I decided to like start going into the studios. I was young. I was like 14, 15 when I started to go into the studios, but I just thought I was like, oh, it's just so cool. Like I'm just like taking it really seriously. And then kind of from that point on, it started just like really branching out where I'd start to listen to things more than like hip hop, like indie pop, or just like a bunch of things, trying to learn guitar, trying to learn piano, and just like over time just kind of accumulating to where I'm at now. And I'm from Calgary. I moved to Toronto and just went to school for music business. So it definitely started from like friends' basements and just like rapping and thinking I was like the dopest freestyler on earth.
I mean, that's a good place to start.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people I talk to just like say the same thing. It's just like, yeah, I started with like this, and we'll always like make jokes. We'll like listen to like our first like songs, and it's just like so bad. But hey, we all start somewhere. So
Do you think you would ever recreate or redo one of your first songs?
actually, yeah, like there's this, it's funny because I've been thinking about that lately. Like I have this one song called GBBT. It's like Good Boy Bad Things, and I made it when I was like really young, and a lot of people like liked it in Calgary and stuff like that, and they're like really really just like loving it. And I think over time like I started to try to make maybe more like poppy, like pop hip hop music and stuff like that, and tried to like kind of fit in with so many people. And I've been like really just like playing around with my sound and like my ideas as of like recently. And lately I've just been like, why don't I go back to just like something that just like came from the heart, something that just like felt really wholesome at the time. So I do think about it, but then there's always like the excitement of creating something new, like that's
Yeah.
always kind of hard to like over conquer. It's always like really inviting, just like I could finish something, but I can make something new and never finish it. It's kind of like what artists do all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you'll
Yeah.
get back to those at some point, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure one day when I run out of ideas.
You've been in music for a while now. Do you have a favorite musical memory?
um I think I think my favorite memories like with making music are either like shows before COVID. Like it kind of, it's like COVID really makes it kind of hard. Like I really love shows, and then I also love like I'll like produce, write for artists and stuff like that too. I really love like doing that. My definitely like my the biggest or like my favorite memories I have with music, as much as I love like making music alone and all that stuff, is when like music, and like it sounds cliche or like corny, but like when music brings people together and you're just like either in a room with musicians, or you're doing like a show or at a show with like a bunch of people and just sharing this like same similar interest, and you just feel like the energy of everything in the room, and everyone's just kind of like in line and stuff. So I think those like there's a couple of those moments in like some like recording sessions or some shows where it just like felt just like euphoric, and everyone was just on the same
Yeah.
vibe or something like that. Yeah.
What's it been like for you starting out in the music industry? Because I know that, especially for rappers, sometimes it can be
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like it's a bit hard to get, especially it's kind of funny, like you said, as like rappers too, like it is a bit harder or like hard to get some footing and stuff like that. Cause I do find a lot in the hip hop industry versus, and not to say it's not like hard in the pop or like any other industry as well. It's just equally as hard, but I do find like a lot of times like a lot of people I work with in the hip hop industry usually have to like kind of prove themselves first, like have a song that goes big, or rather than have like a really good voice. And it's not to say like even having a good voice comes easy, because you got to work for it and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely like it's interesting and it's cool. And I'm just, I guess I'm just trying to find my route, like, because I know everyone has a different path too. So right now, just trying to figure out what that is. And even if it's like I want to be an artist for sure, but it's like how much do I want to write for other people? How much do I want to produce? So it's definitely like trial and error. And I just think everyone has their own path, and you just gotta like take steps in different directions, see how you like it. It's competitive, but it's also super fun and interesting. You just kind of gotta get out there and like just try to learn things and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we found you on TikTok. What was it like for you posting that first video? Like, did you expect to blow up the way you did?
No. No, I was literally in the studio, and then I was with my girlfriend Lily, and she was like, there was like 15 minutes left, and I was like, yo, we gotta like get out, because they like the studio like charges for like overtime too. And then I was like, you gotta film something really quick. I was like, we're just gonna do this. Like, you're just gonna film me, and I'm just gonna like be like doing some lovey-dovey stuff. And we just like did it really quick. It felt wholesome because how quick it was, but no, like I definitely didn't think that video was gonna like blow up at all. Because like one day I checked and I was like, oh crazy, it's at like 10,000 views. And then like a week later, I went to like 20,000, and just kept like going up, which was super weird, especially on TikTok. I feel like things just like blow up in the instant or like overnight, but I was like, oh, it just keeps going up and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
cool though.
I mean, how's it been since? Have you been more excited to post videos?
I definitely have, like, even just in terms with like TikTok, I've realized how much of like an influential thing it is, even if you just get a song on there, like if you just make a new song and drop a song on there. So I've definitely been like just thinking of ways, oh, how can I make this more of a consistent thing, in a sense? Like how can I kind of interpret this into the brand, and like, oh, this is what people see me, and they when they see this video, like, and I just think about it a lot. I'm like, why do people even like this video? And I'm like, how do I do it again? Like, how do I? So just kind of like a lot of like thinking, and just like how can I like keep this more consistent, and then at the same time like do make videos on like TikTok, or just make music that I really like, and I'll hopefully find success on TikTok, on Spotify, like whatever it may be. But it was cool. It was definitely like inspiring. Like, oh wow, if I like put some time or thought, or just like rent out a little studio and make a cute little video or something like that, I could get a video that like blows up a little bit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, tell me more about your music. How do you tend to find inspiration?
I find like a lot of inspiration through like my friends and like people I work with, and then at the same time, just trying to find new artists. Even I have like a Spotify playlist that I'll just like update on my artist page, and then there's just like so many like recommendation songs that like come in the algorithm, and I'll just like go through them for like ever and ever, and then like I'll take submissions from like artists on like on Instagram and on my website. I'll hear a bunch of new music through that. So it's a lot of the time it's listening to new music, and sometimes you can definitely get caught up into like just listening to your own music, or being so like in the creative process rather than like the listening process. But definitely like where I get inspiration is just from like keeping an open ear and open mind to new sounds, new ideas, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
with your music, have you seen it evolve from when you first started to now making this music?
Yeah, definitely. Like 100%. But like the stuff I was making in the beginning of everything, it was definitely even just like in a sense of who I knew me to be in the beginning of like creating music. Like I've learned so much about myself and who I am over the time of since I started making music. So you can even see like when you listen to old music and stuff like that, you even see like character development and like understanding yourself more, and the more you understand yourself, the more like cohesive your music will be with like everything that you do, like the words and the music, and then like the production behind the music. So I definitely think there's like growth quality wise, and just like in a sense of understanding who I am. Like when I listen to my music now, I'm like, yeah, that makes more sense, that feels right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah.
You do have some songs out on Spotify. Do you have
Yeah.
any future projects that you could talk about?
Yeah, I do. I'm like I'm honestly just like working on a bunch of stuff and like pitching my music to like labels, talking to managers and stuff because I'm independent right now. And I have like I work with a lot of artists who are just like with like labels and like signed to managers. So I'm kind of like trying to like ask their opinion, like, hey, like what would you do in my shoes? And like trying to get a lot of hints. So right now, like I have like an album made.
Mhm.
Actually, no, I have like two albums made and
Really?
like a bunch of yeah. And like I make music all the time though. Like I'm literally in this is like my room and it's a studio. I'm in here like I'm a nerd. Like I'm in here all the time making music. And then like I literally rent out another studio that I go to. The one that was in the TikTok that like blew
Yeah.
up. And I'll just literally be back and forth, like making music for myself and other people. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna release music soon, but I don't know if it's gonna be a big project. I think I'm gonna release like some singles, see how they go, put them on TikTok, see what people like, and then like if people are like, oh yeah, this is really cool and I like it and I think it goes well with your like image, who you are, then just like keep like make a whole album out of it.
Yeah. I mean, have you
Yeah.
thought about your debut album or EP?
Like the last one I dropped with the
Yeah.
stock.
I mean, like, have you thought about doing a second one? Like, have you kind of
Yeah,
like imagined what it's gonna be like?
I have this whole like I went through this like really interesting phase in like December where I got it was super weird. I got like mono and I was just so tired. Yeah, and I was just so tired for like 2 weeks. And I like slept and I was so out of it because I literally slept for like a week straight and then I was like really tired for the rest of the month of December. And I was just like super loopy and I was just like I just had like fallen in love. So I was like super loopy and like in love and then I like wrote a whole album in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was like it's the project like right now the name in my head is I talk to my walls about you. So it's just kind of like I'm crazy right now, but I'm in like I'm feeling love and I'm feeling like a lot of love and like a relationship and just like love in the world and all that stuff. So that was like a really cool concept, but at the same time I want to make sure that it's gonna get like the attention just I feel like it deserves. So I kind of want to wait and just like make sure I got like a little bit more of like a platform or like a audience that'll just be like really receptive before I drop it because I really love it. I love the album.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. It's
Um,
really fun.
this is more of a fun question for you, but if you could describe yourself and your music in 3 words, what do you think they would be?
Oh, I think okay. I think unique. Well, okay, no, that's so basic. Fun. I think it's like I would say it's like funny and it's vulnerable and it's a bop.
Perfect.
I like to try to incorporate at least one of those, like whether it's like something ironic or it's like just vulnerable. I think I keep like I try to be like as vulnerable as I can in my music and just like have transparency with my life and yeah, just let it all out in the music sometimes. Sometimes it's too much, maybe, but I love it.
For your future, do you have any ideal or dream collaborations?
Oh, damn, yeah, I feel like I have so many. Like, I mean, I like right now, like my roommate, his name's Alco, and he's an awesome artist too. And like we have I don't actually don't know if I could say, but we're working on things. And then yeah, my girlfriend Lily, she got like she's working with some label and stuff like that, and we're working on some projects too. And I love working with my friends, so that's awesome. But in terms of like maybe like just bigger artists and stuff like that, like I feel like I would love to work with maybe like Omar Apollo. I wish I could work with Mac, R.I.P. Mac. That would be like my dream. But there's a Mac record in the back. But
Oh,
yeah, who else? Oh, there's a Thundercat. He's like a really dope bass guitarist, just like crazy. Yeah, I feel like there's a bunch, honestly. It depends what like vibe I'm in, but right now it's kind of like Omar Apollo, Thundercat, Mac Miller esque kind of sounds collaborations. But yeah, definitely a lot.
Yeah, that's a good collaboration.
Yeah,
Um,
as many as I can.
Speaking of other artists, do you have a favorite song at the moment?
Um, oh, damn. I don't know. I feel like it changes every day, but I was literally just saying, like, when I was working out, I was like bumping Shaggy, It Wasn't Me. So right now, that's my favorite song. It was just hitting today for some reason.
I mean, that works.
But yeah, it's old. It's a throwback, but it's the song of the day.
My last question for you. Our blog is all about like incoming artists. Do you
Yeah,
have anyone that you would recommend to others that you have your eyes on?
yeah, definitely. Like my roommate Elko, is Elko is real, and then Lily, is that you? Who else? Lion Paris is super dope. There's some artists I work with. Roderick Porter, Nilo. I'm dropping a bunch of my friends. They're all really dope artists. Nilo Blues, and who else is up and coming that I really love? I think that's all I can think of right now, but I know a bunch. But those are right now. Go, yeah, everybody watching this, go definitely check them out. They're awesome artists.
We'll definitely check them out. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Yeah, no worries.
It was so nice to talk to you and get to know you better.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Gracie. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.